Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of Hockey with Balls. I'm your host, James Cairns, for Yes You Can Sports, and we're going to get right into it. Um, Thanks for all the messages, guys. I really do appreciate it, as always. There's quite a few questions, actually. I'll go through them real quick. What do I think of BHO's new format for the Adult League? So we'll actually cover that this episode. And for BHO, that's ballhockey.com in the Niagara region. So if you're wondering what that is exactly, and for those of you that don't know, what type of stick I use, curve and flex, how often I practice, train, type of drills I do, what is my diet like, pregame routine and meals, and will I have guests on the show? Yes, that is a plan to have guests on the show. I am working on the Twitch channel to try and get it going. Just encountering some problems, still some delays between the microphone and the camera, as well as some some delays, some glitches on screen. So just with the speed, so I've contacted my internet supplier. They said my internet's fine, so it's just a matter of the setup. So I do have to adjust a few things, and it takes time. So when you're working pretty much full time, playing ball hockey, kids, stuff like that, it's not easy to do this all the time. So I really got to find time to do that and space to do it. I mean, I have a little 5-year-old that runs around and is, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" Right? So he wants to know and gets involved. So I will address some of these. We're gonna have to leave a few for episode number 4, but I will address them number 4. So what we'll talk about in this episode is BHO's new format for the Adult League, and cover some of the questions like I already did. Yes, we do have plans on having guests on the show, and my diet, pregame routine, etc. And my drills and stuff. We'll leave that for next episode, episode 4. So if you're looking for any interest in what I typically do, and how I try and stay in shape and play as long as I do and stuff like that, I'll give some of the stuff I do in episode number 4. So let's get into it, guys. BHO's new format for the Adult League. All right. So ballhockey.com this is right from their site. Ballhockey.com has announced an updated Adult League format that will take effect beginning spring of 2026. So this spring, introducing longer seasons, more games, and more structured league calendar designed to enhance the overall player experience. Under the new model, adult leagues will move from 4 shorter seasons per year to 3 longer seasons, running spring, March to June, summer, July to October, and winter, November to February. This shift reduces frequent season resets and allows more consistency in scheduling, standings, and competitive balance. Yeah. So alongside the calendar change, ballhockey.com is expanding the regular season to 18 games, up from 12, while maintaining the same playoff structure. Teams will continue to compete in best of 3 series, with a minimum of 2 guaranteed playoff games, resulting in 20 guaranteed games per season. All right, so my opinion on this, it's actually nothing new to me. It's very similar to what I suggested when I myself was working with ballhockey.com. They're doing it a little differently than I had planned. So what they're keeping is spring, summer, and winter seasons and eliminating the fall. Okay. The lowest signups is the winter season. So they've got their winter season from November to February, right? Um, I don't mind this at all. I actually liked it. It was, like I said, it was something I proposed when I was with BHO, and my seasons were actually, it was for D1, so the top tier was 2 21 season games, So, and then it would trickle down to either 4 seasons or 3 seasons at 16 games. So they've gone ahead and made it 3 seasons at 18 games, which I like. I like the format. I endorse it. The only thing I had differently was, let's face it, the worst time to play ball hockey, or the worst signups for ballhockey.com, are in wintertime. You don't have as much participation, and fewer teams, and you're still paying the bills and stuff. So my suggestion was, when I had the three season format, was that there's a gap in between. So having spring run from this time to this time, then a small gap, then summer running. So here they've got spring running March to June, and then summer July to October. So between June to July, I'm assuming in June is going to be the playoffs, right? So using that structure, the only thing I would have introduced, and I did suggest this as well, is an all-star game. So it feels like, you're going down to 3 seasons, and it's taking away something from the community, or from people playing and stuff. And I get it, they've added 18 games, so 6 more, so roughly half of a season. And so they've given you more. Obviously, you're gonna have to pay for it, and the price tag's gonna look a little different. Let me see if I can see the price tag on this right now. All right. Oh, okay. So okay. So yeah, I introduced I recommended putting an all-star game after the spring season playoffs, or after the summer playoffs. I'd prefer after the summer playoffs, something like that, and then immediately starting the fall/winter season. And yeah, so I like the format. I'm tripping over myself a little here because I'm just trying to remember exactly what I proposed. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I do know it was 3 seasons to 4 seasons, 16 games. So they've gone ahead and made it 18. But I did have an all-star game. If it was a three season format, there was an all-star game after the summer season was over, or during the summer season we had an all-star. That's what it was. Sorry, there was an all-star break during the summer season for one weekend. So it was a weekend event. So skills competition, hardest shot, stuff like that, and then having all-star games. So you'd have your D1 All-Stars versus your D2 All-Stars, and D3 All-Stars versus D4 All-Stars, and stuff like that, right? We all know, like, a lot of players from D2 want to go play D1, or think they can play D1, etc. Want to play. Same with D4 and D3. There's not too much of a gap there, so I thought it was fitting that you'd have the best players from that season, from D3, playing against the D4 All-Stars, those best players for that season, and the same with D1 and D2. And then D5 and Rec and stuff like that, right? So you have the Rec All-Stars versus the D5 All-Stars. And you could also do the kids, the youth All-Stars as well, for the age groups. And it was kind of just, a fun weekend event to showcase the talents in Niagara region. So yeah, you could do that. You could do that for co-ed as well. The women's league. So I like it. I'm gonna be really interested to see how it pans out. The only concern I do have is that winter is running from November to February again, and I would hate to see like lower signups during that period as well, because then essentially you'd have only 2 seasons where 2 seasons where you have teams playing. I noticed there is nothing for oh no, sorry. Yeah, so November's covering November, December, January, February, yeah, July, August, September, October. So that's 4 months there for the summer. March, April, May, June. So yeah, so 4 months there. And November, December, January, February. So 4 months there as well. Yeah. So I mean, I like it. I like it. I'm not gonna keep dwelling on it. I just want to see. It'll be interesting to see how many teams you get still for the winter season, being November to February. And yeah. Sorry, I get caught reading stuff here too. My bad. So yeah, guys. So I'm excited. I'm excited to participate in that, and looking forward to it. And and we'll move on here. If you guys want to hit me up for any questions or anything like that regarding my thoughts and stuff like that, please feel free. If there's something I missed or didn't elaborate on that you guys would like me to answer personally, feel free to hit me up and let me know. Let's answer a question here. What type of stick I use and curve and flex? So so the curve I use is a P28. I wish I would have found this out a lot longer. I use a P28 curve and an 85 plus flex. So I usually tend to use an 85 flex or an 87 flex, depending on the maker of the stick. So with the Bauer, I have a Bauer Twitch that I use. It's a P28 flex, or curve, sorry, with an 87 flex. I also use a Blackout, which is a P28 curve. That's an 85 flex. And I use one of the Napper sticks as well. That's a P28 curve, but it's a 75 flex. So that one I don't use as much. I use that mainly when I play co-ed. So when I'm playing co-ed, you're not allowed slap shots. So I get a little more whip on my stick using the 75 flex. And I know I can't take a slap shot with a 75 flex. The stick will just bend on me and whip around and stuff like that. So I tend not to do it. So it makes me more aware not to do it. Do I have a preference in stick? Right now I'm loving the Bauer Twitch I have. It's really, it's lightweight. I'm becoming really used to it, and yeah, I will always if I find a good deal on the blackouts or the red outs, either or, I will always grab those sticks. So sometimes I see them, they're like $100 or $140. Now prices have gone up. It seems like you see a lot of them for about $180, some even $200. Some distributors of them. So I tend to around $200. I'm gonna look more at a higher end stick, like a Bauer Twitch, something like a Proto or the Tax, the CCM Tax. I like those as well. But I'm always going to be looking for a stick that has a P28 curve and 85 flex or higher. All right, so that's just personally what I use, and I'm a left-handed shot, so it doesn't matter. The sticks are provided left hand or right hand, doesn't matter. Oh, That actually brings me to something here. Um, I actually just started using these guys, and they work great. So if you got some hands, or even you want to add to some control and stuff like that with your stick, for stick handling stuff like that, it's this stuff here. It's called magicsports.com, or Magic uh, Grip, Blade Grip. Okay, it's provided by magicsports.com, like I said. Um, it's basically like the packaging right now looks like this. Cool logo and stuff like that. Um, it's self adhesive, abrasive for hockey blade, better control and unmatched feel, more resistant than classic tape, easy installation, durable, lasts 12 to 15 games. Okay, I just started using this. This is basically what it looks like. So it's got an adhesive backing. You just peel this off, and what I recommend doing with your stick is actually cleaning it the blade itself with rubbing alcohol. I found that it sticks a lot better, and you don't get like bubbles and stuff like that, and the dirt doesn't build up underneath the actual grip. They got their little logo here as well. That's kind of cool. But if you leave it like this, so this is my thing. I paint my stick. So my stick, the tip of my stick is white, just very similar to Nylanders or Nylanders, and it's a trendy thing. It's just a lot of NHLers doing it as well, not just Nylander, but he's the most significant that I could think of. Maybe even started doing it. I don't know, but with this tape, I can actually put it on my blade, right? And if I don't want the black look and I want to paint it, I can paint over this. It actually sticks. So the paint will stick to it, actually coat it, keep the grip on better. And it doesn't, so the grip itself, when it gets painted, it's not as grippy at first. But what tends to happen is it wears down, the paint wears down a little, and the grip comes through a little bit more, so it looks kind of like little speckles on your stick, on your blade. That'll happen over just wear, just shot, stick handling, stuff like that. But you can paint over it. You do lose a little bit of the rigid feel, like the rough texture. Okay, you will lose a little bit of that, but not much. It's still better than not having it at times. I know a lot of people like the feel of not having tape or something on their stick and just having it bare. Okay, and the tape itself. So tape, I used to use 2 strips of tape on my blade just to settle the ball down, because sometimes you get a lot of spin, especially with these with the napper balls or Milac balls when they're harder. You get a lot of spin on them, and if you're playing outdoors in cold weather and stuff, there's a lot of spin. This grip actually helps really prevent it. So instead of me just putting 2 pieces of tape, which I I like to think it helps a little, but it's not nearly as effective as using this. So I've noticed it right away. So now I have like sticks for specific reasons, and I put this on, and I paint over it still, so I have the white blade tip look. This stuff, it comes in a 2-pack, so there's 2, and you can put one on the front, one on the back if you'd like. Me personally, I don't. I keep the back bare. I go bareback. I just realized I did that. But yeah, the back has no grip on it, and I just keep it on the front. It would help. It would be beneficial to have it on both sides. So I haven't experimented with that yet, so I will try that with one of my sticks and seeing what the difference is. I like the back not having anything or no grip, just because when I'm doing a backhand towards the net or whatever, it's like I don't necessarily need that much control. I already know what it feels like when it slides off my blade, and the timing's there as far as when it reaches the tip of the blade, or that curve in your blade when to flick the ball. So that's just a personal thing with me. It's just a feel that I have between myself, the stick, and the ball. And with the grip, though, I noticed it right away. Significant difference in the way the ball feels on your stick. Um, tighter spins, tighter like toe drags, stuff like that. I noticed it right away. So I thought that was cool. I'm gonna continue using it. Um, I did try it without the paint on it, and with the paint on it. So I did notice a little bit of the difference there. But after I used the uh, the blade the blade grip a little more, like I said, the paint wore off, and it started feeling a little more rigid. I could feel like a little bit more control. So it does help, guys. So for those of you that are thinking about getting blade grip tape, or it works. It does work, and it's pretty significant too, especially just putting it on your blade the way it is, not painting it or nothing. It's like significant, and so yeah, I guess that's about it for this episode, guys. I don't want it to drag on, and I don't want to dive into too much for next week. I am having a surgery on July 30th, so next week episode I should be able to put out no problem. The one after, it's just going to be the state that I'm in. I will ultimately try my best to push out that episode and to cover more topics that you guys have provided me with, and what you'd like me to talk about. Again, if there is anything you would like me to talk about in an episode, please feel free to DM me, DM Ken, or DM Yes You Can Sports, and I can address it. We talk to each other regularly, so Ken is great at giving me information and letting me know what people are talking about and stuff like that, or what they would like to talk about. Again, I got caught reading. All right, guys. So everyone have a safe week. Enjoy the snow if you like the snow. I personally don't like it as much, well, especially driving in it. So have a safe week. It is snowing a lot here in the Niagara region lately, and I look forward to seeing you guys in episode number 4, which will be next Wednesday. All right. Peace.